Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing a lovely Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean from the Seamaster Professional Diving Collection. This is a 42mm stainless steel modern luxury dive watch with an extraordinary white dial, steel case, and white ceramic bezel on my 16cm circumference wrist, 42mm in diameter. You get a good sense of it across the wrist as it spans 48mm from lug to lug, and a more substantial 53.3mm from solid end link to solid end link across the wrist. Exactly the same as a Panerai Luminor 44mm in the Betterini case. So if you can wear a Luminor 44, you can wear this. 16mm thick, it's a bit chunky. You can see that between the lugs you do have a standard 20mm spacing, so if you want to take the watch off the bracelet, you will find a world of options in that universal 20mm size. Rolling a bit closer, you can see that the bracelet is a handsome 3-link design that establishes its own design language. It doesn't borrow much from the Segment Hegemon, the 3-link Rolex Oyster, principally because the links are short and lozenge shaped in cross-section. Polished flanks, satin top, removable links fixed by screws. You can see there is a half link in there for precise sizing. A deployant clasp with a twin trigger release system. You can see that internally there is a fold-out all-or-nothing dive extension that you can pull out for use over a wetsuit, a dry suit, or if you're like me, just a thick winter coat or sweater. Roll into the case flank, you can see satin finished mid-case lyre style Omega lugs, a signature of the brand, with a little bit of a bevel that expands and faces outward even as the inner lugs sort of turn or twist inward. A shear guard, a little bit of a countersink for the crown, and then the helium escape valve. You saturation divers know what to do with this one. When ascending from dives that involve saturation diving, you screw out that little crown and it prevents helium overpressure within the watch from discharging the seals or the crystal. For most folks, it's just going to be a fun conversation piece. Now the bezel has wonderful ratcheting action. Have a listen. It's chunky, it's mechanical, and it's capped by a white ceramic insert that will resist scratches the same way the Sapphire will. Very scratch resistant. It acts as a heat shield for the case. The bezel can be lined up with the broad arrow style minute hand right here, and it becomes a 0 to 60 minute count up timer that I find both easier to read and more intuitive than a chronograph, plus you don't have the chronograph service requirements down the road. Beautiful glossy white dial base with applique tri-Arabic numerals at 6, 9, and 12, applique indices, broad arrow hands for both hours and minutes, a nod to Omega's past, and a monotone white date disc. So the date disc is there when you need it, but it blends in when you don't. The watch features 2 subsidiary setting modes. First, there is the stop seconds or hacking, that's for setting against a reference time, and then there is a time zone mode which you can use for jumping the hour hand independently. Even as the watch continues to keep time, note that I can drive the date forward or backwards as I cross the international date line. The watch, 600 meters water resistant with the helium escape valve. Flip it all over. Let's get a little bit closer now, and you can see the Omega Caliber 8500 automatic winding, 60-hour power reserve, twin mainspring barrels, 39 joules. You have that time zone function, stop seconds. The 2 barrels not only give the watch an extra long power reserve at 60 hours, but they help to reduce amplitude drop off after 24 and 48 hours. That's a problem with a single barrel, not here. A full balance bridge with a free sprung index for shock resistance, and silicon, an SI14 Omega hairspring for anti-magnetism, effectively amagnetic. You can just barely see that the COSC certified chronometer features the tri-level coaxial system as envisioned by Dr. George Daniels in 1974, industrialized under his aegis by Omega in 1999. 20 years of the coaxial this year, improving maintenance intervals, that is, it extends them, while improving short-term precision and long-term timing stability. It is the most advanced escapement you can buy for under $50,000. A watch that literally puts it all together. You can see this Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean and make it yours on the Watchbox. The Seamaster Planet Ocean in white, beaten away at the quirky coaxial rate of 25,200 vibrations per hour. Note the differential color for the bezel pearl and the minute hand to make it easier to read at a glance.